Hi, friends, and welcome to Science Day 3 with our poppers. If we think back to what we did yesterday, our I can statement was I can ask questions and predict outcomes by changing variables. We learned that what our big idea was in science was to explore poppers as one of our science tools to create a testable question. We kind of predicted what a popper was. We found out that this was a popper, those little rubber half circle things that you would get at like a for a prize if you went to an arcade, or maybe sometimes you get them as birthday presents. Um, we also, oops, we also learned what variables are. We found out we have three types of variables. They're the independent, dependent, and controlled variables. Our independent variable is changed by a scientist, and when we are using our poppers, this was the surface that we are putting our poppers on, whether that be the hard floor, the carpet, maybe a book or something. Those are being changed by us as scientists, and those are going to continuously change. We learned what our dependent variable was, and this is height. Our dependent variable is how our poppers are going to respond to the change that we made. So what the surface we put it on. So if we put it on carpet, is it going to pop higher or lower than if we were to put it on the wood floor or a book? Our last variable is the controlled variable, and these are quantities that remain constant, or they stay the same. For our popper test, we are only using 1-inch poppers and 2-inch poppers, and these things are going to stay the same. So we drew our mind map on thinking about how poppers worked. We looked at these different questions. How would the popper change if the size changed or the place we popped it on changed? We created if-then statements. For example, if I use the 2-inch popper on the hard floor, then it will bounce at a lower height than the 1-inch popper. And we did all of those things. Today, our I can statement is I can notice and wonder things about the poppers by creating a detailed list. So, we also do this in reading. Oh my gosh, you're like, no way. We notice things and we wonder things while we've been reading our books. Yes, we have. In our mommy's book, we have been noticing all of these different things and wondering, well, how can you see the teeth? Like, why can you still see the teeth on that mummy? Or in our survival jungle book that we've been reading, we've been noticing all of those details, noticing maybe, oh, the jungle doesn't look like a friendly place because of that cheetah or that snake on the front. And we do this in reading all the time. And now we are going to be doing it in science. Our activity today, if you are a friend at home, yesterday we played with the poppers for a little bit. My class, Miss Mafia's class, I had asked you to think about all of those things. What did you notice, and what do you wonder still about the poppers? When we were playing with them, what were some things that you noticed, and what do you still wonder? The things that you noticed could be maybe the size, the shape, the color, the how high it bounced, how it bounced, maybe things that you're still wondering. Oh, what if I do this? Or if I do this, then it's going to do that. So I have an example. The one that I thought of is something that I noticed about the poppers, that they come in different sizes. We have our 1-inch poppers and we have our 2-inch poppers, which are a little bit bigger. And something that I wondered about the poppers was, how do these sizes affect how high they bounce? So maybe if my smaller one might be adding a little bit more height, or if my bigger one might be going a little bit higher. And so what you are going to do today, you can use mine as one of them as an example, but you are going to go to this sheet in your Google Classroom and you are going to fill out some more things that you notice about the poppers and a few more things that you wonder about the poppers. I want you to not just complete only like 1 or 2. I want you to have at least like 5 things that you notice about the poppers and 5 things that you are still wondering about the poppers. Remember, scientists like to ask questions, and this is what we are going to be doing today. So have fun. I will see you guys later.